Hey everybody, welcome to Board Game Heaven. My name is Raymond, and in this video I'll be doing an unboxing of these 4 packs, which are expansions for Dragori Games' Arena the Contest and Tanares Adventures, and also for Tanares Adventures the RPG. We have a character pack, a villain pack, a class pack, and a mystical pack. And before I open all of these up and check out the miniatures in detail, I'd like to ask you all to please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because that really helps the channel. And if you'd like to support me financially, there's also a Patreon page, and you can do so for as little as just €1 per month or more, and in return you'll get your name in the credits, early access to my videos, and access to some Patreon exclusive posts as well. Alright, let's open up these boxes and see what's inside. The character pack right here has some really cool art on the cover of a couple of those characters. Got some art on the sides as well, some landscapes. That looks really cool. This is repeated. And here on the back, there's a picture of all of the sculpts, rendered sculpts. So there's 10 different ones in here. We've got Cirrus, this one. And we have 2 of them. So it says you have a male and a female one of each character. So a Cirrus is apparently a species, I guess. Yeah, we've got the Tali Maku. Here is the depiction of the male. We've got Gloomfolk, these spider people. We've got the Soulborn there. We've got Umbolo, the War Priest. So that looks like a unique figure. Now that's this guy. We've got Kalanya, the Researcher, also. So these are both unique. We've got a Talimaku female here. Oh, that's the male and female then. We've got a female Gloomfolk, a female Soulborn, and a female Cirrus. So that's pretty cool. 14 miniatures. There's 4 more in here. All right, let's open up that box. Okay, so first off, we've got some cards. They do have their spots here. I think this goes here. Yes, this does have a little bit of a vaulted room for it. I always like that Dragori does do that for their inserts, spots for the cards. So let's start with these. So you get 2 new heroes in here. This is Umbolo, the War Priest, who is a tank class with his 4 skills and all of the stats there. The art on the back, which also looks really, really nice. And we got Kilanya, the Researcher, who is a shooter class. 4 skills here, passive power, and their art. Really cool. We have got some enemy cards as well. So these are just like the cards we've seen in Tanares Adventures, and if you want to see my unboxing of Tanares Adventures, click the I in the corner of this video or the link below, and that'll take you there. We've seen cards like this there as well. So you have a Violent Cirrus right here, a Noxious Cirrus. We've got a Mystic Cirrus, that has the female art there, and a Guardian Cirrus. Right. We've got a Violent Gloomfolk, and they also have the sculpt depicted on it, so you know which one you need for that. Noxious Gloomfolk. I like that they are scorpion people, not spider people. But yeah, this is really nicely drawn there. Really, really good art. So we have that. You have the Mystic and the Guardian. And then the Soulborn, which are these. Nice tome there. A chain. So again, Violent, Noxious with the female artwork there. Mystic also. And Guardian. And then as a generic character for the same sculpt, we have a Tai Maku. So here, this guy is a Tai Maku. Again, a Violent, a Noxious, a Mystic, and a Guardian version So those are all these NPC or enemy cards for Tanares Adventures. And then we have, of course, the hero cards. So let's see. First of all, we have 2 character cards here. So 1 for each. Kalanya and Embolo. So we have that. And then we have 4 cards each of skills. So let's take a look at this one first. So Arcane Overcharge, silver. Acid Arrow, another silver one. The gold one, 1 use. Killing Word and Chain Lightning. And for Embolo we have Divine Strike, Words of Encouragement, Take Heart, and Equilibrium Hammer. So those are their skills. And these are the minis. So let's have a look. Let's check out Embolo first. So you can use this as a hero or as an NPC character, I guess, a villain perhaps. Has the sculpted base. There's a little bit of flash here, which I can just cut off with a sharp knife, scalpel, when I eventually paint him. But nice detailed cobblestone base. He's got lots of detail on the armor there. Very cool face there. He's got this big mace in his left hand. He's left-handed. And a shield in the right. It's nice to see a left-handed character. Some fur in the back there. And all the heavy armor, like the detail there on the leg guards. It's got some potions on the belt. So that's cool too. I like this. Yeah. Lots of really cool detail on that armor. So that's the first one. The other one, the other hero, before I move on to the rest, is this one. What was her name again? Forget already. It is Kalanya. So, let's focus. There we go. Casting a spell in her right hand. Some flames there. And the left hand has this large scepter. Also on the cobblestone base. Looks really cool. Plenty of detail again on the armor, on the chest, and on the skirt. It's got a, I think that could be a dagger or a small wand on the hip there. Nice emblem on the cape. And I also like the detail on the bottom of the cape there. So yeah. Cool. All right, let's take a look at these other characters here. Oh, nice. They propped this one up on a transparent little rod on the base. The base is a bit warped, but that's a matter of the hot water treatment. She is missing an arm. That's unfortunate. I'll see if that is rolling around in the box somewhere. But this character is missing an arm right there. That's a female gloomfolk scorpion. It's got 8 legs there, 2 big claws on the bottom. Of course, normally she would have 2 human arms as well. And the scorpion stinger there. All right. Then we have, oh, this is also a 2-part sculpt, but that's okay. We can glue that. Maybe that wasn't even meant to be glued, although I think these usually come pre-assembled and glued. But, you know, for painting purposes, that's fine. So normally that would be glued to the back like that. Pretty cool character. Look at those wings. There's a lot of detail there. A lot of detail in the feathers. Super cool. Big talons coming out. He's wielding 2 swords. It's got a cowl on. And some armor on the shoulders and on the arms. Boots. And I'll just turn this one around so you can see the back clearly. And of course the wings have the same detail on the back as well. Yeah, that's really cool. So yeah, this is a matter of just gluing that to the character. No sign of an arm yet, though. Here's basically the same character, but this one does not have wings. So it's exactly the same sculpt, exactly the same character. Oh, and also I did not notice the base is sculpted. But I wonder, because this one obviously wouldn't be able to have wings in this slot. This one has wings, but I would expect there to be some kind of thing in there to fill the gap, because now you just have a big old hole in the bag, which is easy to fill, of course. If you have some green stuff or even milliput, you can just stuff that in and just, you know, smooth that down so it's the back of the cuirass or whatever he's wearing. So that shouldn't be a problem, but it's a bit weird that they left that open. All right, here is another character that's a female version of that same character with the double swords, billowing robes there, really cool. She's got a long ponytail, again with the hole. So I don't know why they did that. I mean, I guess you can connect the wings to this as well, but it won't hold on its own. I mean, I can try. I don't think that will hold, but it's obviously made to connect. Let's see. Maybe you can choose, but then it wouldn't fit back in the box, because then you'd have to fit this one here, which it doesn't. That's kind of weird. So yeah, this does fit, and it does look awesome. I mean, add some badass looking wings to a character, that's always going to be awesome. But yeah, I'm going to have to ask them what the meaning of that is, because, you know, it's a bit odd. But there's bound to be an explanation. How was that in here again? Perhaps. Well, no, just like this then, I guess. It's kind of weird. All right. Let's take a look at this then. What is that? It is a person casting a spell. That is the female, whatever that was called, the Tai Maku, I guess. Very cool. All robed and casting a spell. And the spell is coming from the scepter, and it's going all the way around over the left arm into the end that looks like a snake. That is, yeah, really cool looking spell effect there. All right, so we have that. Then we've got this one. It's kind of stuck in the... Oh, there we go. Oh, that's cool. Throwing one of those chains with a knife on the end. That is super cool. Nice weapon. She's got a nice little bag there on her hip, on her, yeah, slung around her shoulder. I like the hair as well. There's a lot of braids. Nice. No sculpting on the base of this one though. Most of these don't have sculpts on the base, except for this one, this male guy with the Celtic looking base. Does this one have the same? Yeah, of course. So these two are the same. Then we have these two. Again, these are the same. Yep. So let's have a look. That is, it's pretty cool. He's got a little dude. It's kind of like an engineer or, you know, tinkerer class. Also has this pouch and a hammer. Tools of the trade, a crowbar, a roll on the back there, cool looking sword, and some kind of compass or item in the hand on the right there. He's got some goggles on his head, and he created this little mechanical robot, this little dude with a saw blade hand, a drill hand. That hand is holding something, and so is this hand. So, yeah, that's pretty... Maybe that's just a mallet or something, a little hammer. That's pretty cool. I've never seen something like that before. There's a tiny little dude on the base with him. Cool. This is a really, really nice character. I like it. Then we have this Gloomfolk, the male version. And fortunately, this one has all of his appendages. Very dynamic sculpt as well. All the legs like kind of jumping. Big stinger tail there. Hair flowing in the wind from the speed. A huge spear. Bit elaborate looking spear there. And the two scorpion claws there. Yep. Also lots of detail. There's some rocks detailed on the base. Yep. Nice, nice, nice. Two of those in the box as well. And finally, two of these. So he's wielding a sword. Also flat base. Really cool looking bag there. Look at all the detail on that bag. The high boots, tall boots with these little buckles on them. A very, very detailed jacket, robes. It's like coat, I think. Holding a scroll in the left hand. So yeah, we get two of those. It's also very cool. This is the villain pack for Tanares Adventures. Nice art on the cover there. Has some art on the sides as well. And on the back, there's another piece of art right there. And a depiction of the sculpts that are in this box. There's 12 of them in here. So we've got a shield golem right there. We've got a skeleton lord. We've got an Abilan, which is a zombie, an Abilan or Abitan zombie. We've got Cordal, the Juggernaut. No, that's number 7. That's this one. I forgot the Ghost Lord over here. This is the Ghost Lord. This is a goblin. You get 2 of those. You get 6 spiders. Cordal, the Juggernaut. Gadzini, the Ancient Vampire. We've got Veyrant, the Mastermind. And finally, Tsuyoko, the Ninja. So these look like new heroes you can play, and these look like enemies you can fight. So let's open up the box and check it out. Okay, let's start with these character cards here. So we've got one for Cordal, the Juggernaut, who is a bruiser class miniature with his skills over there, the passive skill and all the stats. And on the back, you'll get his art, which looks really cool. Also featured on the box cover. We've got Gadzini, the Ancient Vampire. Is a controller type hero. Like the cup of blood there. Look at that detail. That is really cool. Then we have Veyrant, the Mastermind. Looks a bit like Loki. He is also a controller. Here's the same art mirrored. Got something weird going on with his hand right there. And we've got Tsuyoko the Ninja, who's also a controller. Oh, look, she's a double class. She's a tactician on the other hand. Oh, look at that. And here she's got black, and here she's got white armor. It's like you had Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes. Kind of like. That's really cool. I love that. All right. So, the cards then, let's have a look at those. Right, as always, every hero has 4 cards, 2 silver and 2 gold. So this is for the Ancient Vampire. We got Blood Rain and Crimson Rupture. We've got Bloody Mist and Call of the Night. They're one-time skills. Then we have, for this barbarian dude, the Cordal, the Juggernaut. We've got Enraged Flurry and Call the Horde, because he looks like some kind of black orc or something. We've got a Juggernaut Advance and a Battle Cry. Then for Veront, the Mastermind, we have Tentacle Claws and Wall of Fire. We've got Weird and Regeneration. Now for Tsuyoko, we obviously have double-sided cards. So we've got 2 silver ones for the controller class, and 2 gold ones, of course, for the controller class. But if you flip them around, then we have these 2 for the tactician. It's very cool. And these 2 as well. I love that. Then we have a card here, just a character card for the vampire, for the bruiser, the controller, and a double-sided one again for this one, for Tsuyoko. I love that. That is super clever. All right, those are the cards. Let's take a look at the sculpts then. So here's the first hero. And yeah, you can see he's got a long robe on, long coat with nice details there on the front. Tentacle claws on the right hand, and on the left hand he seems to be casting something or holding something. It's some kind of spell effect. Do we see that? Yeah, some kind of spell effect, or maybe it's an artifact. And there's this mist swirling around him as well, like that. It's very cool. Yeah, and sculpted base. We got some cobblestones there. That's the first miniature. Here is the ninja controller slash tactician. Nice dynamic pose with the sai in the left hand and another one in the right. Dual size. And this leg is kicking back, ready to strike. She's got a katana on the back there. That's very cool. All right. Let's take a look at the next one. Here is, let's see, this is the vampire, right? I guess, yeah, he's holding the chalice of blood. Also, nice dynamic pose. He's actually levitating off the ground. Again, a cobblestone base. Clever use of the coat to have him float, more or less. Nice detail here on the armor. He's got a bare chest. He's got this skull-like belt. So that looks really nice. All right. Onto the bruiser. Also has a sculpted base, all in yellow for that bruiser class. He's very bulky, very strong looking. He's got some big boots on. The huge axe, which is decorated with some skulls. And in the left hand, he's got this big club with spikes on. And one arm has this pauldron, also with spikes with horns, I guess. Must be some kind of creature's skeleton. He's got some skulls on the belt. So very intimidating looking, very nice and bulky looking warrior bruiser there. Then we have this enemy type. So I wonder if there are cards for these as well. Normally there would be cards for enemy types. I'll take a look underneath actually. If there's anything underneath there. No, there is not. So I guess the Tanares Adventures must have cards for these, I guess. So basically these are extra sculpts that you can use. I like the sculpting on the chest there. Oh, and the legs. Look at all that's going on the legs there. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, a lot of detail in these sculpts, indeed. Now we have this one. Grab that. Ooh, look at the chains. He's got 2 chains with all these spiked balls on the end. Spiked bolas, perhaps. Or is that bolos? Bolos or bolas? I forget. It's got a skull on the belt there. It's got all kinds of spiky things jutting, horns jutting out of his body everywhere. Even on his head. And on the armor. So yeah, very spiky guy. Don't want to bump into him. Then we have this skeleton. It kind of looks like a bone golem because he's pretty huge. Big rib cage, huge legs, extra joints there. 3-toed feet. He's got a large, I don't know what that kind of weapon is called. It's staff with 2 blades. Looks pretty nice. I like the tusks on the back there. It's got a tiny head and a billowing cape. So that's pretty cool. He's got 2 animal skulls on the shoulders as well. That is a very nice one as well. So we've that. Then we've got 2 of these spiders. Really nasty looking spider. Look at that abdomen there, the spikes on top and the detail there. Big legs. There's some skulls on the floor there as well. Small skulls, so it kind of suggests that these spiders are bigger than they seem from the sculpt. So we have 2 of those in here. Then we have 2 of these goblins. Also pretty cool. Extra villains. Also got some skulls. And these are also small skulls compared to his own head. Normally you'd expect a goblin to be smaller than a human. And like in scale, they are. As you can see, this character is certainly bigger than the goblin. But those skulls are very small. Maybe he's hunted smaller prey. But yeah, 2 axes and a nice dynamic pose. And then finally, we got this big golem, which is cool. He's got like a rhinoceros-like helmet and a huge warhammer, big old hammer in the right hand, and a shield in the left. All these spikes on the back, heavy armor, big boots. Look at that detail. And there on the shield as well. That is really cool. You can tell from the shadows how deep the detail is in these sculpts. It's really cool. Okay, those are all the minis in the villain pack. This is the class pack, another expansion for Tanares Adventures. Some cool art on the cover there of 3 of the figures that you will find inside, and some environmental art, some places you can visit from the RPG, I guess. And on the back you can see what's inside. So we've got these sculpts. There's 8 miniatures in here. We've got Gak-Nag, a red dragon blade over there. We've got Ravel, Arachne's Mad Walker. We've got Villani, Air Elementalist. We've got Charon, a Tycoon Redeemer, whatever that is. We've got Sedura, the Blue Dragon Blade. We've got Baulmu, Augur's Mad Walker. So, you know, the Augur and the Arachne are bosses. We've got Azrael, the Water Elementalist, and Jessa, a Shepherd Redeemer. All right, interesting. We've got some hero cards as well in here. So let's open up the box and take a closer look. All right, gotta open up this one first. So, first of all, we've got Gak-Nag, the Red Dragon Blade, which is a brute class. So he's got his 4 skills right there, passive ability and the stats. And on the back, they also have the art, the character art, which is pretty rad. So we have that one. We got Sedura, the blue dragon blade. Also really cool, look at that. Some sweet art. All right. And that is a tank class. We've got Balmu, the Augur's Mindwalker, which is a brute again. And the art on the back there. It's got the eyes as well. Yeah, it's pretty creepy looking. The Arachne's Mindwalker, who is a tactician. Nice art. All right. We've got Azriel, a healer. Look at that. Water dragon there. That is super cool. We've got Villani, the air elementalist, who is a ranged character, a shooter. Their skills. That's the art. We've got Chiron, the Tycoon Redeemer. Is also a healer. It's cool. Kind of reminds me of someone. And we've got Jessa, the Shepherd Redeemer, also a shooter. And the artwork. That looks really cool. So you've got all these new heroes, 8 new heroes. And of course they have their cards as well, so check those out. So for each hero, we've got Dragon Scales and Dragon Wings for Gaknak, and Dragon Claws and Dragon Breath, the gold skills. So that's these 4. Then for Sedura, the blue Dragon Blade, we have also Dragon Scales and Dragon Wings, Dragon Claws and Dragon Breath. Okay. For Balmu, the Augur's Mindwalker, we have Aberrant Madness and Blades of Insanity, Web of the Arachne, and Eye of the Augur. All right. For the Arachne's Madwalker, we have Aberrant Madness and Blades of Insanity, as well as Web of the Arachne and Eye of the Augur. So there's some theme coming back there. Then for Azriel, the Water Elementalist, we have Tidal Invocation and Healing Conduit, Elemental Fusion, and Waves of Punishment. And let me guess, they have this more or less the same. Storm Invocation and Lightning Conduit for Villani, the Air Elementalist, Elemental Fusion and Winds of Punishment. Then for Chiron, the Tycoon Redeemer, we have Double Channeling and Stream of Balance, Cycle of Life and Death, and Power Offering. Again, for Jessa, also Double Channeling, Stream of Balance, and she's the shooter, Cycle of Life and Death, and Power of Offering. So there's some symmetry in these characters, and here are the character cards. So Gaknak, Sedura, Balmu, Ravel, Azriel, Villani, Chiron, and Jessa. Yeah, really nice. So we have those. Now let's take a look at those minis then. Here's Gaknak in red plastic. Really cool looking detail on the shield. There's actually a dragon, like a dragon seen from the top. The wings on the side, small wings there, some scales and a tail here and the head there. That's really nice, lovely done, nicely done. And even the bottom has some detail. There's some scales there. Maybe a bit hard to see. But yeah, he's got the helmet with the horns, heavy plate armor. There's all kinds of books on the base there. That's a unique base. It has a compass on it with north and east visible, and there's some scrolls and the books. That is an interesting, very interesting base. And there's a claw holding an orb as well there. Billowing cape, big sword. Ooh. That is a really nice looking mini. Super cool. All right, next is, this is, let's see, which one is that? It's not, that should be Balmu, because he's also red. Has got a curved blade there. Not as much detail on the armor, it's kind of flat, but there are some subtle lines there. And he's got nice armor on the skirt piece there. The back almost looks like some kind of skin that he's wearing, because there is detail in there, as you can see, but yeah, subtle. And he's got the standard cobblestone base. Then we've got, I think this is Azriel, or is this Chiron? Let's see. Hard to tell. I think this is Azriel. Doesn't say on the bottom. But yeah, he's got really cool looking clothes on. Nice detail. All sculpted in. Shooting some kind of magic blast from both hands. And there's a little treasure chest at the base there. It also has this really nicely detailed base. Just looks really cool. So yeah, it's got some extra weapons on the belt. Really nice. Then we have this one. Yeah, this one has the this is Azriel. So that one was Chiron. This is Azriel because he's got the dragon. The water elemental dragon. Look at that. This is so cool. Whew. The water just rising up like that, and then the dragon's head there. Oh, liking this one quite a lot. That's a, yeah, really cool looking figure. It's got the armor on. Nice detail. Nice dynamic pose. Yeah, this is amazing. It's just really good. This one also has a kind of like a portal. Ravel, the Arachne's Mad Walker. Like she's jumping through a portal. Right? Very dynamic as well. It's cool, holding the dagger in the left hand. Left-handed, a tactician. Also a unique sculpt on the base there. So that's very cool. All right. This is Sedura, the blue dragon blade. Oh, look at that sword. How awesome is that? Can that focus? That is an amazing looking sword. Look at that base. And the cape almost looks like it's made out of water or air or smoke or something like that. Some lightning coming out of the hand there. But that blade is amazing. Also like the leg guards. Some nice detail in that as well. Then we've got, let's see, is that Villani? Or yeah, that is Villani. Oh, the air elementalists. Casting some lightning, I guess. Lightning Sorcerers also has a unique base. Very nice sculpt there. That looks cool. Yep, nice. I like the hair. Okay. And then finally we have Jessa, the Shepherd Redeemer. Also has a unique base. With the compass on it. Some, I don't know what that is. Pieces of paper, perhaps. Some parchments. But yeah, it's got the high boots on. And some kind of leather bodice or something. She's wearing a cape. There's a book. A book flying in the air. So yeah, some spell effects going on. Nice looking sculpt. All of these are really, really well done, I think. And here is the mystical pack, which has the Imperial Palace, I believe, on the cover, if I'm not mistaken. Some more art, landscape art on the back there, on the sides. And here on the back it tells you what's inside. There's 6 miniatures in here with a couple of cardboard mats and cards, these character boards really. So we've got Zalir the Scholar. It's a new hero, I guess, or a new NPC, I'm not sure. We'll see. We've got Sarah the Seer. We've got Harudrin the Shaman. We've got Haroon the Doppelganger, which we've also seen in the first edition as a exclusive separate miniature you could add, but he's got a new sculpt. We've got the Emperor Supreme over here, along with the Imperial Tiger, also new sculpts. We've had those in the first edition, but these are new sculpts in the second edition of Tanares Adventures, or I should say Arena the Contest, because Tanares Adventures is the new expansion to that. All right, let's open up the box. All right, so let's check out these first. Okay, so here is Haroon the Doppelganger, who is a tactician. Skills listed here. On the back you've got the artwork for Haroon. Pretty cool. And the Emperor Supreme, the Supreme Emperor, who is a commander. Also has skills, so you can play him. And the art on the back. So this is the first time I've seen him as a playable character. So let's take a look at their cards. All right, so here is the first 2 cards for Haroon, Change Mood and 500 Conditions. And the unique, the elite skills are Cleanse or Clone and Tremendous Form. The Emperor has Imperial Assault. Isn't that a game? And Mystical Strike, Final Decree, and Waves of Justice. Then we have a card for the Imperial Tiger, who has stats of its own. The art on the back, that looks very cool. Spiky tiger. We have a card for Haroon, character card, and for the Emperor as a companion. All right, so those are these cards. I'll put those back. Let's take a look. This is the Emperor in the brown commander class color. His staff is a bit bent, but nothing a bit of hot water can't fix. So that's really cool. Casting a spell there in the left hand, holding this big staff in the right. Look at all the detail on that armor. That is amazing. Cobblestone base. Just a lot of detail sculpted in. That must have taken a lot of time. Love it. The fur on the cape. It's even there's something in here, some kind of look. It's like a lion, no, tiger's face. Yeah, it does look like a tiger's face. If you look, there's an eye there and an eye there. Wow. That's quite the nice sculpt, I have to say. Very well done. Then we have the tiger here, also looking very fierce with all the spikes and the fur. Super cool, standing on a rock. Kind of like a dire tiger or something. Look at that. Nice. All right. Then we have another character here. This was, I forget, it was on the back of the box. But it looks a bit like the fortune teller lady. I've seen art of her. It's got cards in the left hand, in some kind of orb, you know, in the right. Might be a spell effect, might be an actual scrying orb. He's got some rocks sculpted on the base. Dynamic pose. Nice clothes. Billowing in the wind. Cool. Next up is, let's see, this guy. All right, let's take a look at that. He's got some kind of druid looking. He's got a wooden staff in the right hand and casting some kind of effect in the left. And he's got the antlers on the helmet. A cape, standing on a rock which is covered with vines. Also very nice detail on all the leaves. He's got a beard. Definitely very druid-like. So there's him. Okay, nice, cool sculpt. We've got this guy here. Also a spellcaster using a tome. Ooh, that's a nice looking tome. Look at all the detail sculpted on that tome. There's a skull there. And yeah, he's casting from the tome, literally. Which is pretty cool. Seems to be even a tentacle coming out. It's got a little pouch there. Standing on a rock. No, well, yeah, kind of, sort of. This is a part of a disc. If you can see that. Some kind of spell effect, perhaps, and it's in a swirl of some sort. So yeah, very cool. That is very nice. Like that. And a cape with some detail on the bottom rim there. And then finally, there is Haroon, the doppelganger. He was a shapeshifter first, now he's a doppelganger. Cobblestone base, dynamic pose, scimitar in the left hand, billowing cape in the back with some detail sculpted in. It's also nice. Hair there. Not much detail on the bottom there, but he does have plenty of detail on the clothes. Yep. Let's take a look at that. So yeah, it's also a very cool looking miniature. I believe the first sculpt was gray. Now he's orange as a tactician. All right, those were all the miniatures. So that was my unboxing of these 4 miniature packs for Arena the Contest and Tanares Adventures by Dragori Games. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and check out my Patreon page by clicking the link in the description below or the icon at the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Board Game Heaven.